CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. At this hour, Dolphins star Tyreek Hill is undergoing knee surgery. He was injured during last night's game against the Jets. Today, Coach Mike McDaniel called it a major surgery to repair multiple ligaments.
As a team, we're supporting our teammate, and and he's very steadfast and on us as a team getting ready for the Carolina Panthers.
McDaniels says Hill will be out for the season. We spoke to an orthopedic surgeon about what that surgery and recovery could look like. The doctor says just the ACL surgery will take a year to a year and a half to recover from.
That involves arthroscopy, which is putting a camera inside of the knee, and then rebuilding a new anterior cruciate ligament via a graft from his body. And this surgery is not that complicated. Typically takes about an hour or so. The issue is he may have other ligaments that may have been damaged.
Stay with CBS News Miami on air and online for continuing coverage of Tyreek Hill's surgery and recovery. Our Mike Cunio has a live report coming up at 5.
Always tracking, always alerting. This is Next Weather.
Well, enjoy it. Today was certainly a day to get out and just savor.
Absolutely gorgeous. And it's amazing that you're standing literally on a hurricane right now, because that is the circulation, right? So we wrap around that center, Naja, and that drags in much drier air. In fact, I'll show you that perspective here. 4th hurricane of the season. It's a Category 4. We're not expecting it to become, a major hurricane, but it doesn't matter because it's going to continue to pull away. So right now it's about 374 miles to the center. Not going to see a discernible eye. You only really get that when we talk about a really intense hurricane with an intense circulation, and that's not what we have. But on the backside of it, as I've been mentioning, you get that counterclockwise flow, and so plenty of moisture where Imelda is. But for us, it's been draining in all this dark orange there, and some of that has made it to the ground. And what I'm talking about is, I don't know if you felt it a little bit outside, but it has felt much nicer, right? The humidity has been lower, and that is a result of that dry air that's coming down to the surface. You start getting that circulation in the atmosphere when you heat up the ground, and you can pull down some drier conditions, and that's what we have. As far as radar and clouds, there's just not much out there because of that dry air, and you can see the temperatures are still very warm. I walked out of the car though, and I did not feel that steam heat we typically feel this time of the afternoon, and the reason for that are dew points, how much moisture we have at the surface. I mean, this is not like December, but upper 60s in Miami. We haven't felt that in a while, so it actually feels closer to the actual temperature. Now, again, as I've been saying, big changes are coming this week. Today will be dry. I think tomorrow we transition into what will be a wetter pattern as the boundary comes in, and then we're going to have all sorts of moisture kind of dragging through the state here. So each day, not only will we have higher rain chances, but we're also going to have the potential eventually for some localized flooding. Elsewhere in the tropics, of course, we've got Imelda. That forecast to just continue to shoot up to the north. And by the way, Imelda is going to take over Umberto circulation, so it's essentially going to eat that hurricane and become one feature that goes up into the North Atlantic, and we'll be done with that. I don't see anything over the next 7 days of additional development in the tropical Atlantic. Rip current risk is high. If you're still headed out to the beach, just keep that in mind. Winds will begin to subside as the Imelda circulation begins to pull away, so winds are not going to be as gusty, but the rain chances are going up towards the end of the week, and that'll include the weekend. I don't see washouts yet, but just keep in mind when the storms do come, they'll be capable of producing some heavy rain because of that tropical moisture that's going to come back to us. Naja.
Thank you. A Miami-Dade sheriff lieutenant was arrested. He is charged with strong arm robbery. 50-year-old Brian Pfeiffer's arrest report says that he and his wife got into a verbal argument. The report says he was enraged and grabbed the victim's wrist as she was holding her cell phone. The report says he ripped a cell phone from her hands. His wife was at the bond court appearance today. She says he's growing more violent. Pfeiffer denied any wrongdoing. Time is running out before the government is set to shut down. Congress faces a deadline of midnight tonight to reach a deal. There's a vote in the Senate at some point today, but no indication Democrats will support it. CBS News Miami's Erica Brown has the latest from Capitol Hill.
With a possible government shutdown just hours away, top Democrats and Republicans are placing blame on each other for the stalemate.
If Republicans cause a shutdown, they'll probably keep lying and distracting because they know we're on the side of the American Democrats are on the side of the American people.
We just heard the minority leader come to the floor of the Senate, once again refusing to admit it's the Democrats who are driving America into a shutdown.
To avert a shutdown, the Senate could pass a Republican measure Tuesday that extends federal funding at its current level until mid-November. But Democrats are demanding the bill include an extension of Affordable Care Act benefits expiring this year and reverses cuts to Medicaid.
We're not going to support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of the American people. Not now, not ever.
A government shutdown would mean non-essential government services would be disrupted and thousands of federal workers could be furloughed. The White House has also threatened mass firings at some federal agencies if no deal is reached.
Nothing is inevitable, but I would say it's probably likely because they want to give health care to illegal immigrants, which will destroy health care for everybody else in our country.
A day after meeting with congressional leaders at the White House, President Trump again suggested a shutdown is likely. Any measure taken up by the Senate to keep the government open would need bipartisan support or 60 votes to pass before heading to the president's desk. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
It's official. A Trump presidential library will be built in downtown Miami. The state cabinet voted yes on the proposal to gift the land to the library. It will be built in a parking lot right next to the Freedom Tower on Biscayne Boulevard. Last week, the board of Miami-Dade College voted to donate the land to the state. Right now, a convicted murderer remains on the run at this hour. He was released from Miami-Dade County's jail by mistake. State, county, and federal agents are searching for 60-year-old James Daniels. He goes by the nickname 45. He is considered armed and dangerous. Authorities say that he was brought back to jail last week after he finished serving a state prison sentence in Lake City. Miami-Dade corrections officers are under investigation. This November, Miami-Dade voters will decide who will replace outgoing Mayor Francis Suarez. And tonight, 6 candidates will meet for a debate presented by the Downtown Neighbors Alliance. CBS News Miami's Elliot Rodriguez will serve as the moderator. Joe Corroyo, Alex Diaz de la Portilla, Emilio Gonzalez, Eileen Higgins, Ken Russell, and Xavier Suarez will tackle issues like housing affordability, traffic congestion, and chronic flooding. We will live stream that debate starting at 7 on the CBS News Miami stream. And when we come back, a South Florida leader making community service a central part of his life while helping people stay active. In this week's All New Miami Proud, we introduce you to a local business leader who is making community service a central part of his life. As CBS News Miami's Jim Barry shows us, he's doing it by hitting the pickleball courts.
On the pickleball court, Andy Cagnetta has some solid strokes. But this story is about his strokes of generosity.
We love giving back to the community and sponsoring pickleball events and teaching young people the sport.
With the help of USA Pickleball, Cagnetta is introducing the sport to kids who otherwise might not get the chance to play. His company, Trans World Advisors, sponsors pickleball clinics throughout South Florida. They have taken this act to schools like Sunrise Middle in Fort Lauderdale.
You know, usually when we show up, we're bringing out equipment and we're leaving it behind. So we order a bunch of equipment, we bring the balls, USA Pickleball gives us some things, and we wind up leaving it behind for the kids to enjoy later.
Sports like pickleball, there's just something about movement, right? Like whether it's shopping or dancing or pickleball, it gets you like out of your body. It gets you out of your mind. So it's like mind off, body on, and we're not thinking about our problems anymore.
When we caught up with Cagnetta, he was sharing his pickleball passion with foster kids at SOS Children's Village. For this court time could leave a lasting impression.
For our children, when people show up for them, it just sends them a message that somebody cares about you.
Andy Cagnetta did not just start caring. 22 years ago, he started a cooking event to raise money for LifeNet, a charity designed to help the homeless and hungry.
I said I'm going to cook dinner for my friends and family. So we raised about $300 the first year, had about 30 or 40 people, and each year it kept growing.
Now, Andy's Pasta Dinner draws a huge crowd and has raised more than $2 million and brought awareness to the issue of hunger in Broward County. But Cagnetta says offering kids something new like pickleball is its own reward and is one way he helps to make Miami proud.
We love being involved in the community. We do a lot of things, and we will continue giving back.
And the giving just keeps on going. Over the years, Cagnetta has been recognized for his leadership and service by groups like Junior Achievement, the Association of Fundraising Professionals, and the Pace Center for Girls in Broward. I'm Jim Berry, CBS News, Miami.
Do you know someone who lives here in South Florida whose story deserves to be shared? Someone who is making Miami proud? Tell us about them. Email us at miamiproud@cbs.com. And that's the CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.